Let's start off with our headlines of the week, and those are always brought to us by MBG, who puts the boards together for us. Casey, bust out your readers. It's time to dive into a few boards here.
All right, here we go. From our friends at On 3, MBG says, oh, crap, Kentucky won. And who is this? Anon? Oh, my God. 17596768907. I guess
For a good time, call.
906 was taken. Would I be a bad fan if I said winning this game is bad for the future health of the program? I guess Kentucky came all the way back and beat Tennessee yesterday. And so I guess he's asking, is it bad?
It was a couple of days ago, but yes, it was a crazy. Well, no, that was yesterday. You're right.
That was it.
I'm thinking
I wasn't
LSU.
going to correct you on your show.
I'm thinking LSU, which was a couple of days ago. Also a Kentucky comeback. Continue.
That's it. What do you think? Is it bad for Kentucky to keep winning? Is it because they want Mark Pope gone?
We're going to talk about this as we get into the rest of the show, and we have a little basketball segment keyed up after this. Is it too early to be calling for Mark Pope? It's not that bad.
Yeah, but Mark Pope got himself into some trouble at the start of the season, and I feel like are they just looking for an excuse?
Okay, let's tie things together here, because here's what we know about sports fans and the fanatic version that live in the SEC, right?
Right.
What just happened during football season with this university?
They fired their head coach.
Was not good. And what if you had to pick one school in the SEC that is known for basketball success? Who is it?
Georgia.
Kentucky.
It's Kentucky.
Oh,
so
and they travel.
Here's what they want to know. If we suck at everything else, this is where our bread is buttered. And we want to be able to come here and rely on this team to pick up our morale. And when you come off a season, when you fire your head coach in football and it's not perfect on the hardwood, that's a tough sell in Lexington.
But does Will Stein give him some cover? Because I feel like Will Stein has come in with a lot of energy.
Not at Kentucky.
No, not at Kentucky.
Maybe
if he closes the deal on Sam Levitt, but probably not.
Well, I think you got Cal having success at Arkansas.
Yep.
Was it Mike White that went from Georgia to Florida, won a national championship in only just a couple of years? I think, unfortunately, Mark Pope is up against that in his conference. Yep. So, and it's Kentucky. So we're piling on, and it's Kentucky. Pitino, what's his name? Pitino. Yeah, Rick Pitino. He's having success at St. John's in a year. And so it's former Kentucky guys having success when they go somewhere else. They bring home one of their star players from yesteryear, and he's losing more than he's winning. Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's the dumbest question that I ask every single time. That who do they want? But you look at Ryan Odom's doing well at Virginia, so like there's a bunch of sample size, I guess, of guys that are coming in and turning it around year one or year two.
Got nothing.
Rob's on mute, so it's
I'm muted. Sorry, it's because I'm typing. Yeah, I don't know. You make a great point, Casey, and this is a point that I make about people all the time.
Write it down. First time ever, Craig.
Like I make this point about programs all the time, and Craig hates to hear it. But here's the deal. Some people don't like this point. I've heard people say I stay away from that point. I don't want to make that point. I, for one, am going to always hammer well, who else can we get point? And in this case,
I don't hammer you for that.
No, you don't. You don't hammer me for that. Okay. Not that point specifically. Okay. But I do know people. I do know people. Yes, it is. I do know people who don't like it when I make that point. But I can't get past it. I just personally, I can't get around it. If it's not working for you in this situation, give me the solution. Who do you want your program to hire? But Casey, you make a pretty good point. There's other coaches out there that are going to get a comp. In football, our friend Mike Morgan has said many times that Kirk Cignetti is getting people fired left and right. Clark Lee is getting people fired left and right because we're seeing what can be done, how lesser programs can be elevated through proper use of the transfer portal to support Craig's point to go against my patience. Yep. And so that ties right back into what you're saying here, Casey. You're going to easily look at other programs, and Cal is one of them in Arkansas, you're going to look at other programs if you're a Kentucky fan and say, we're supposed to be better than them. Why is this not happening?
But isn't the answer, especially in college basketball, who is the Cinderella? Who's going to make the deep run? Because almost always we see that we see that instance where the little Cinderella kind of comes through. They win a couple of games. Maybe they get to an Elite Eight. Maybe they get to a Final Four, and then they go up to a Kentucky job. It happened with Florida. It happened with Arizona State in women's basketball, where they're picking up these cream of the crop. Somebody doing something a little bit different.
Yep.
Maybe Kentucky.
Well, it happened with Michigan too, and look at the type of year that they're having. Okay. Yeah, you make a good point, and that's kind of what happened with Mark Pope, and he already had a Kentucky tie. It's just if things aren't perfect in Lexington, they're always going to have something to say. All right, on to the next one.
All right, MBG says Tennessee is the only school in the country charging a talent fee while not acquiring any talent. I love this one, by the way. This is our friend from the Vol Quest on 3 board, the General's Quarters. This is the Vol Realist. He says, excuse me, our AD and anybody involved in this blank show of a transfer portal haul can kick rocks. Only school in the country charging a, quote, talent fee, yet not acquiring any top talent. F. Danny White. What do you think?
For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, Tennessee charges a talent fee on their tickets. It's something that was instituted recently in past years to help them with the revenue sharing budget and NIL. Okay. So this fan is upset because they're paying a talent fee for no talent. It seems that if you're charging a talent fee, that you might have a little more in the coffers to get in some top tier talent. I don't know. But this is what we talk about all the time, I think, and just in terms of the passion of the college football fan or the passion of fans in general in the SEC is that, and the reason that we do these boards is obviously to highlight that, and it pushes it to the extreme. People have expectations that are unrealistic. Craig, I can see you chomping at the bit. Your thoughts on Rocky Top?
Okay, but if you're a Vols fan, you made the playoff 2 years ago now and got your ass handed to you by Ohio State. And then this year, you got Joey Aguilar, who showed flashes of doing some things, but then you end up 8-5 by losing to Illinois in the Music City Bowl. So, yeah, I'm right there with our guy, the Vol Realist. I'd be pissed. You had Sam Levitt there for not one, but 2 days.
Did we just did we just agree with a board?
I did. I'm agreeing with the board. I think this is a very logical, level-headed response.
Write that one down too, Casey, because I don't know we've ever had a logical, level-headed message board post that we were talking about on here.
Well, maybe the correct.
But so we're gonna talk about Tennessee a little bit later. But they were 8-5 this year, and nothing. And they looked like I'm sorry, dog poo poo most of the season. They looked
no defense.
The defense wasn't good, but
they're pretty good against your dogs.
Were they for like 3 quarters, and then they disappeared?
Yeah.
So great, they were almost good enough. But if I'm a Vols fan, it's like you're kind of spinning your wheels a little bit. You've seen Oklahoma now pass you by. Heupel has been good, but not great, and it's just like, where are you going? And then what quarterback are they going to go with? They're going to go with the 2 young kids? I mean, I guess, but like, as a Vols fan, you're wanting more. Hell, Ole Miss was 11-1 this year. You need to see more. So I'm okay with this guy being a little angry and upset because I'm a little fired up.
I think somebody predicted that Ole Miss was going to be 11-1. More on that later on in the show. All right, last board. We only have 3 this week. Let's go to Norman.
All right, from MBG says this Oklahoma fan thinks Indiana is stealing opposing teams' plays from the clouds. Goggle. This is our friend OU Fly Guy, and this was in response to another Cherokee Okie. But he says this is what Indiana is doing as they steal all the other teams' plays from the clouds. Goggle. Indiana football cheating. You see what I did there with shortening the football because there's only one L? I should probably read the first part too.
Read the first part because that senses.
Yeah, so it makes sense. All right, so Cherokee Okie said, so if you look at play calling as the ability to draw on past experiences in similar game situations using your currently available players and player types to dictate the next play, why not feed all that data into databases and then just ask GPT what play to call? You could even feed all the defensive tendencies data for the opposing teams along with the defensive players' past performances using number recognition software to know what players are on the field. Bob's your uncle. Don't know what that means. So then our friends OU Fly Guy said, this is what Indiana is doing as they steal all the other teams' plays from the clouds, goggle, Indiana football cheating.
There you go. It's that simple. Because that made tons of sense to me, so it can't be that hard. I have no idea what he just read.
So okay, let me break it down for you.
No clue what this guy's talking about.
These are your huddle reports, isn't it? Isn't this everything like what we're doing at the high school and the college?
Is this what he's talking about? He's trying to talk about huddle. What?
Can somebody explain the cloud goggle to me?
Is this a Google Cloud? Is that what he's trying to say?
The clouds. No, it's the clouds goggle. That's a different version. It must be the upgraded version of Huddle. But like this is what you're doing in Huddle. You're getting the defensive tendencies. You're getting the offensive tendencies. I don't mind the idea of throwing it into ChatGPT, but like getting what do the analytics say. But I still don't know what the hell clouds goggle is and what this guy's saying. But
what happened to good old days of just trading VHS tapes?
Or like stealing signs, like just using your cell. Oh wait, sorry, that was Michigan. My bad.
All right,
but can we
get off of Indiana's case? I'm not even pulling for. We're going to get to this later too.
You're not even pulling for Indiana.
I'm not.
Grab your cappuccino.
I'm not pulling for them, but I don't think they're cheating. They're just good.
No, they
are good. They are good.
Can I be honest?
Okay, they're just good.
The other one that I'm really tired of hearing. Oh my God! Did you hear how old Indiana is? Yeah. Okay. Great. They're old. They're old dudes. How about they're just really well coached?
Yeah, they're disciplined and they execute. That pretty much sums it up.
Signetti flowers right now. They're not good.
No. It's just garbage. And by the way,
I woke up to a video of Kurt Signetti stumbling down the steps from their jet, and it was very like. It threw me back a couple of years to post of Joe Biden not being able to walk down the sidewalk or something like that, and that's exactly what.
Let's stick to sports here, buddy.
No. That's what the poster. That's what the poster of the video was trying to imply by posting Signetti stumbling on the steps of the plane, and I'm like, this is how far we've come that we can't. People are coping this hard that they can't put up with the fact that Indiana's just good.
That Indiana's going to smash the hell out of Miami tomorrow.
Okay, Craig, that's the final segment. All right. That's all we have for It Just Means More Genius. Our friend Connor Goodson is here to talk some hoops. Casey, are you? What's your schedule tonight, my friend?
I'm good for a little while, but I might just disappear on y'all at one point.
Whenever you're in and you're out, you're like a fan.